Hey guys, for this video we're talking about anime, specifically Pretty Cure, or Precure as it also is called. If you don't know what that is, it's basically about girls who transform to fight monsters. Anyways, each season is known for its colorful characters. There's a new cast of characters. So yes, it's perfect and happy, and you get to see your favorite color represented by a new hero each season and watch them kick ass, and it's just beautiful and perfect, and nothing is wrong with it, right? Wrong, because the Pretty Cure series is notorious for leaving out one color. Green. That's right, green, as they call it in Japanese though, midori. In the entire franchise, there's a total of 60 main Pretty Cures, or main heroes. By the way, I'm counting Cure Cosmo as the 60th. A lot of them have pink hair, a lot have blue, yellow, and purple, and a little bit of red. But you know how many had green hair out of this 60? Only 2. Depressingly, only 2 out of 60 cures have green hair, which is such a shame because it's my favorite color. It's a shame. There's a lot of speculation on why green is so rarely used for the character designs of the series, but before I go over any speculation, let's just go over each green cure one by one. The first one we got was Cure Mint from Yes Pretty Cure 5, 2007 to 2008. Very nice character. Right off the bat though, our first green cure, she was noticeably ignored throughout the season. Yes, she did have her episodes here and there, but if you see in the opening, we see fully animated little sequences of all the 5 cures. Nozomi's late for the bus, Rin's playing soccer, Urara singing, and then you go to Komachi, Cure Mint, and she's just writing. Like, I know like that's what she does, like she writes books and stuff, but there's so little frames compared to all this other stuff. And then when you go to Karen, or the blue one, like she's full on playing the violin and there's like blossoms everywhere. I know this is just a minute detail of the opening, but it's just very like minute, like compared to the rest. They get these full-blown sequences and then she's like, damn, like she just gets this little scene. Other things I noticed were she's very underdeveloped. A lot of her episodes are focused episodes. They're always about her writing, or they're always about her poetry, you know, like her writing. And she's just known as a quiet writer. Like they don't elaborate on her very much, which is a shame. On the episodes where it's not really focused on her, she doesn't really talk very much. She has like one-liners, like, oh, I think they went over there, or I saw Nozomi go over here. She has like very quick one-liners, and she doesn't do much, I guess. Another good example is the season I'm currently watching, Yes Breaker 5 Go-Go. In the episode I recently just watched, they're all giving motivational speeches when they fight. Look how much frames these characters get compared to her. Like, even before the scene played, I knew she would get like such a minute scene. They're all bashing and punching, and she's just holding something, and she's like, yeah, true that. So fucking annoying. Some sources also say that Komachi / Cure Mint was the least popular of the season, which is a shame. I mean, if you're making her quiet the whole time and like not focusing on her, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. And a lot of it also has to do with the way they designed her. I love her hair. It's very funky and it's kind of like perky, but I can understand why people wouldn't like it. So if you give her such a wacky hairstyle, then like, I don't know, you're kind of just setting the color up for failure by giving her that. Also, I'd have to say Cure Mint is probably my favorite Precure in the entire franchise. I just wish they gave her more love. Anyways, the following season, Fresh Precure, we didn't get a green. Heartcatch, we also didn't get a green. We did get a villain though who had green hair. Sweet Precure, also no green. So that's a 3-year gap actually, because on the 4th year, 2012, we finally got Cure March, aka now Midorikawa. Unlike Komachi, Now got a lot of screen time. Like they really focus on Now a lot. Like she's very badass and she attacks a lot, she talks a lot, she's loud. Even in the movies when Smile Precure isn't the focus, but there are Smile Precure scenes, Now always like shines the brightest out of the other 4. Like there's always like a Cure March scene in All Stars movies. Just something I noticed. But yeah, she's a very cool and badass character. The brightest green we ever got. But design wise, again, comes the hair. Her hair is kind of funky. I personally am used to it. They could have done a little bit something better, like the dark Cure March. It could have made that the default one. But you know, I love it. But I can understand why people don't like it because it looks kind of weird. So again, they're setting the color up for failure by giving them these not so pretty hairstyles. So apparently green wasn't popular after this season again, which is so strange because I thought people love Cure March. I don't understand like how the company themselves, I don't know how Toei is getting this data that's saying that green is ugly or green is like a shitty color. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not that bad. Like, I don't know why they're not using it. Anyway, 4 years later, coincidentally, we got another green cure. Her name was Cure Felice or Cure Felice. I like to say Felice because it's prettier. But noticeably, she doesn't have green hair. She has a green dress, although very minimally green, might I add. Green shoes, green other elements. But for a majority of her costume, she's very pink. Huge pink hair, pink braids, a giant pink flower on her chest. Her weapon is pink, and just so much pink, which I'm not really a fan of. I love her as a character, but design-wise, I just can't. I don't like that pink bubblegum hair. Like, she's very badass of a character. She's almost like Cure Mint and Cure March combined, like a little badass, but super feminine. The following season after Cure Felice, we got Cure Parfait, who is not a green cure. She is not green. Parfait is not green. Parfait is not green. Yes, her transformation background is green. Yes, in the puzzle phone game of Precure, she has a green background. But when I say green cure, or at least in my mind, when I say green cure or blue cure or purple cure, I look at them towards their physical features and how they look and their color, like the freaking color that they are. I don't look at Cure Parfait and she registers to me as, oh, it's a girl in a green dress or a girl who has green hair. People will argue that, oh, like she's what's the word? She's representing green. She has a green aura. Like, she is a green cure. And I'm just here like, that's great, but like, it's not fucking green. Like, sometimes I even heard someone in the comments who was like, I forgot, like I made a comment and I was like, oh, I want more green cures. And then someone was like, oh, well, we got Cure Parfait. She's green, right? You should be happy. Like, she has a rainbow outfit. Like, that's not green. I feel like some people don't really understand. Like, yes, she's considered green sometimes. Like, she's considered green. She has green backgrounds. But, it gets annoying when I have to rephrase it. I have to phrase it like, oh, I want a physically green cure with green hair. I just feel like people know it. People kind of know what I mean when I say I want a green cure. At the beginning, we were confirmed to have the 5, which were the 5 main colors of the rainbow except green. My excitement was made even greater when there was a leak that came out like way back in 2017. And the leak said, oh, Cure Parfait was found in the little toy. And when you stir the toy, little lights come out and the color that comes out of Cure Parfait was green. So at the time I was hyped. I was like, yes, we're going to get a green cure. Like, this could be my favorite season because already the Kira Precure team has the best aesthetic out of all the seasons by far. Just beautiful designs, like such a pretty theme. Like, it's so beautiful. Like, the theme is beautiful. Like, the action is pretty lame, but beautiful design. So if they were to put a green cure as the 6th member, that would have been the icing on the cake. I don't like Cure Parfait for a lot of reasons, not just because she's not green, but that's for another time. But yeah, it was such a slap in the face to get a rainbow cure instead of a green one. And another thing, we did have a green-haired villain in this season named Biburi, who was evil and she became good. It was such a letdown that Biburi did not become a precure. Later in the season, we even got Cure Donut, which is Cure Pecorine. Pecorine is the fairy of the season. She became a precure. And what do you know? She became my least favorite color, pink. So in this whole team, she just plops herself right in the middle. Pink, pink, and pink. And then Biburi is just in the corner like, you guys are doing pretty good. Just transform without me. I won't become a cure. And now for another questionable cure. Cure Milky of Star Twinkle Precure. Don't worry, I'm not going to go off and get angry like with Cure Parfait, because I actually love Cure Milky. She has a beautiful design, cool transformation, and yeah, she's a nice character with an awesome attack. But now let's talk about her color. She is teal. Like, in some photos, especially the merchandise, she looks extremely green. Like, in these pictures, yep, she's green. Like, I'm loving it. But in the show, there are some moments where she looks green, but there's a lot of moments where you cannot deny that she is way more blue than green. Like, there's, especially in civilian form, there's no denying that she's light blue. Like, that's light blue, that's light blue, that's light blue. But then you have some photos there, she's very green, she's very mint green. Overall, she's very blue to me. And I feel like it's Toei slowly inching toward, trying to get people to like green again. They're starting off with a very bluish tone. And, I'm loving it. They're inching towards it slowly, and especially because next year, 2020, it will be Another 4 years, which if you haven't noticed by now, there has been a pattern of adding a green cure every 4 seasons. 2008, Cure Mint. 2012, Cure March. 2016, Cure Felice. And now 2020. I'm very excited, but also very worried to see if they will put a cure with green hair this time. Not pink hair, not blonde hair, not teal, green, like full on green, like Cure March or Cure Mint. Really hoping, and I'm also super nervous. Like, my feeling right now is the exact same feeling I had about Daisy getting into Smash or Not. This is the exact same type of extremity. For me, it's like so life and death. Well, not life and death, like it's not that big a deal. Oh, it is a big a deal. Oh, fuck. So yes, there's an 80% chance we will get a full green haired cure once again. If we do, I will buy that cure's merchandise. I will buy the stickers, I will buy the figure arts, I will buy that cure. I would just have a whole green cure collection, and she will be the center of it, the new one. If she's actually green, that is. Okay, so now we've covered all the green cures of the series. Now we're just going to talk about why green is ignored, like why don't they use it? The main reason that is speculated, and I've mentioned it briefly before, is that green is not marketable to the audience being young girls who watch it in Japan. It's really hard for me to understand how green would be like such an ugly color to such a big audience. Like, I'm sure there's little girls and boys out there who love the color green. Like, green is everywhere. Green is grass. Green is, I don't know. It's not just boogers and like poop when you eat veggies. Like, green is beautiful stuff. Sailor Jupiter, like grass type Pokemon are green. Palutena is green from Kid Icarus. Like, how is it an ugly color? Like, another thing is, where is this data coming from that's saying that green is the least popular out of all the characters? I'm just really curious to know, where are they getting the information from? Maybe they need to stop and think. Maybe it's not the color, it's the way they portray the characters. Cure Mint, she got no screen time. Both Cure Mint and Cure March, they have very wacky hairstyles. Like maybe it's just the way they're portraying them. Like they made other mistakes and they think it's the color that makes them so unpopular. No, I just think you just need to work better on portraying the characters. I don't know. Green is not that ugly, guys. Anyway, guys, that's my rant. We need more green hair, less pink. Bring it on, Toei. 2020 Green Precure. Here we go.